Kevin, hi.
Have you eaten yet?
No.
Well, how about going to grab some dinner with a hungry man from North Carolina?
Gosh, I'd love to. But I'm sorry. I've been in classes all day, and I just rushed home to give Jessica a lesson.
You're still giving piano lessons. No wonder you don't have time for me.
Well, now, don't take it personally. I have dedicated my life to the service of my fellow man.
And teaching piano.
Well, I promised Jessica that I'd keep up with her lessons. I mean, it's very important to her.
Well, it sounds like it's important to you, too.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I've always really liked Jessica. Besides, us poor little rich girls have to stick together.
Hello? Kelly? It's Jessica Buchanan. Hello? Hello?
Hi. Jessica, right? If you're looking for Andrew or Kathy...
No, actually, I was looking for you. You weren't in school today, and I figured the last time we met at Max and Luna's, you were sick, and I was worried about you.
You were? How sweet.
Well, I guess you're okay. So, sorry I bothered you. Bye.
Jessica, what's the rush? Come in. Come in. Actually, this is kind of weird. I mean, here I am suffering, and you decide to come by.
You're suffering?
Not physically. It's the soul that shrivels and dies. Un malaise d'esprit. So stay. We have the whole place to ourselves.
Oh, sorry, I can't. I have a piano lesson.
Are you serious? How could you even think of having a meaningless little piano lesson when I need you so desperately?
Just relax. I only get a couple more active verbs in here, that's all.
I know. It's just, I'm still working on keeping it clear and yet getting a little zip in it.
Well, overall, it's pretty good, Kevin. Pretty doggone good. In fact, you're showing some real talent here.
Victoria would love this, wouldn't she? Clint and Kevin working side by side with the deadline approaching. Personally, I dislike this place. It's so chaotic.
Hey, Dad. Who's the dame?
Oh, Vicky.
I don't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, not at all. Grab a pencil and pitch it.
No, I didn't actually come here to work. I have some news, and I really wanted to give it to you in person. I saw David Vickers today.
That guy had the nerve to bother you again?
Easy. And just what did David have to say?
He told me that Dorian is back, and, believe it or not, she intends to cooperate with the police.
Well, talk about good news, bad news.
No, with Dorian, it's always bad news. Period. But if we get lucky, maybe the police will get her to confess. And then finally the truth about Victor Lohr's murder will come out, right?
Don't count on it, Clint. Not if I have anything to do with it.
Yeah, bring it in.
Hey, honey.
I didn't know you were,
This isn't personal, Bo. This is business.
Oh, what's up, Nora?
Mr. District Attorney, Mr. Commissioner of Police. I have a client outside that I know you both would like to interview. Excuse me.
I understand you wanted to see me.
You might say that. It's quite surprising you're waltzing in here with your attorney.
Dorian convinced me I had an obligation to finish what we started.
Then, ladies, let's finish it. The case of the Commonwealth versus Dorian Lord in the murder of her late husband, Victor Lord. Whatever compelled you to turn yourself in, Dorian? All I can say is...
Excuse me. Turn myself in? Whatever gave you that idea?
Well, if you knew we were looking for you, you must have known that we were going to reopen that murder case against you.
Really? Oh, that pains me. Because you see, I'm innocent. But whatever. I'm here to see that justice is done.
this sudden passion for justice really warms my heart. Does this mean we're finally going to tell the truth about Victor Lord's murder?
I have always told the truth about Victor's death.
That's bull.
Okay, I think we should all stay civil here. My client is here on her own free will.
Oh, and that international dragnet, that had nothing to do with it, huh?
I think she's very aware that the police have questions for her. She's here to cooperate.
Okay. Okay, I've got a question that I've been dying to ask you ever since that night you pulled your vanishing act. Let me take you back, I don't know, a month or so, okay? To the night that the whole world found out that David Vickers is a total fraud. Now, you remember that night, don't you?
Yes, of course I do. You practically broke into my home without a search warrant.
I was looking for an acquaintance of yours. Vicky, you remember her?
We all know that Vicky was at my home that night, and that we exchanged words.
Yeah, well, during your word exchange, you confessed to murdering Victor Lord.
I did not.
Well, your actions sure say otherwise, Dorian. I told you that night, stay put. You took off all the way to Spain and back. Now, it must have been something. There had to be something very serious to get you to leave your home, your daughter, and your friends. Is it something as serious as a murder charge?
All right, Bo. Yes, I was frightened. I knew that Vicky had never stopped wanting her misguided revenge. David had been unmasked, and I was sure that she could convince the two of you to reopen the murder case against me. Everything was closing in on me.
You ran because you knew you were guilty.
I am weak. I am scared. But I am not guilty. I did not kill Victor Lord.
So Dorian is just gonna confess to Grandpa Victor's murder.
I only know what David told me, but she came out of hiding to be questioned by the police, yes.
Well, it sounds a little too noble for Dorian. More likely she's trying to cut some kind of deal with the DA.
Well, now, why would they do that now? I mean, everybody now knows that David was a liar. All the evidence that he brought forth in Dorian's trial, just as phony as he is.
Which would suggest that Dorian and David have been partners all along.
Well, if they weren't before, they are now. They got married today.
What?
I wouldn't have believed it if David hadn't told me himself, yes. And he says it is true love.
Oh, man, I was just thinking about Joey. I think that secretly he was still hoping that maybe Dorian loved him, but now...
Well, Kevin, I think that we were all just pawns in their little game. Joey, Tina, me. Clint, what's the matter?
I wish I knew. This little game of theirs sounds a little bogus to me.
Hey, Clint, if we're gonna put this baby to bed with Kevin's piece, I need it ASAP.
I'll be right with you, Quincy. Vicky, could you stick around a while? I've got a feeling that there's some hidden reason for this quaky marriage. I mean to find out what it is.
It must be Jess. Ricky, hi.
You remember?
Well, how can I forget? Come on in. Dylan, you remember Ricky Lomax?
How's your mom, Rick?
Oh, lots better, thanks to you guys. Here, Mom baked these cookies. She wanted to say thanks. Me too. You saved her life.
Well, thanks to you. Dylan and I have a thing for cookies. And how are you doing?
Oh, I'm great. Mom stopped drinking, and she goes to these meetings, and, you know, she's like my mom again.
Good for her. Hey, tell you what, why don't we celebrate with some of these cookies, and I'll go get some milk.
Yeah.
No. I mean, thanks. But I gotta go.
Is your mom expecting you?
Nah, she's at one of her meetings. I just go to the mall and hang out.
Well, hey, if you want to hang out with a really cool dude, you should meet Edgar. Come on, I'll introduce you. Ricky, this is Edgar. Edgar, this is Ricky.
Awesome. Be neat to have this around Halloween.
Yeah.
You know, he's still missing a few pieces. Hey, I tell you what. Why don't you help me put them back together until my piano lesson shows up?
I
I was beginning to think no one in this town was normal. I mean, everybody's so repressed. I mean, it's positively gothic.
I don't know. I just thought Landview seems like a nice town.
Well, that's just it. I mean, everything's about seeming and appearing. I mean, there's no opportunity just to be free and spontaneous. Do you have a car?
A car? No, I'm not old enough.
Quel dommage. What about a credit card? We could, I don't know, hitch a ride to New York and then a plane to Paris. Jessica, there is so much I can show you. I have a friend in Paris. His name's Andre, and, well, he once was a count, but now he's a bouncer at Follet.
Listen, Kelly. I can't go to Paris. I can't even go to Philadelphia. Besides, why'd you want to leave Landview? Andrew and Cassie would be worrying about you like crazy.
Why? They hate me. Can you keep a secret? Yeah, we promise. The Reverend and Cassie are keeping me prisoner against my will. They seem nice, but it's all an act. Cassie and Andrew resent me being here, so they lock me in my room and feed me bread and water to live on.
Come on.
Okay. Well, not literally. So I think that the spirit of the truth is most important. And sometimes I stretch a few details, but, I mean, I never violate the spirit.
Yeah, but when you stretch things, when is it a lie?
Was it a lie? I almost killed myself trying to get out of here the other night.
What? Kelly, what happened?
I couldn't take it. All the accusations and the rules. So I tied a few sheets together and bopped out my window. And I'm not making up a single word of it. I mean, I had to get out of here.
Wow. You must have been pretty desperate.
Oh, you don't even know the half of it. Well, thank God I had Aunt Dorian's place to go to, but unfortunately, it's not so empty anymore.
How come?
Well, she's back.
Dorian's back?
You know her? Yes. Is she like this really unconventional woman everybody talks about?
Well, unconventional? Yeah.
I can't believe it. My own flesh and blood. Cassie won't even let me see her. I mean, I guess she's just ashamed that her mother's a murderer, but I think it's cool.
Yeah, well, Dorian's the one that supposedly killed my grandpa Victor.
Your grandfather is Victor Lord? Oh, my God! Jess, do you know what this means?
No, what?
You and me are soulmates. I knew it from the moment we met.
You know, for someone who claims to be innocent, you sure have a way of acting guilty.
Well, I know that I've been behaving erratically. But ever since that dreadful confrontation with Vicky, when she came barging into my house in the dark of night, she practically physically assaulted me. All the rage that she has kept bottled up inside her all of these years kept spewing out of her. She accused me of everything, from Victor's murder to seducing Joey to David's duplicity. I was afraid for my life.
Cut the theatrics, okay, Dorian? Yes, you were afraid. But it wasn't of Vicky. It was of the prospect of going back to Statesville Prison and dying there.
Bo, I can't let you badger her like that.
He's quite right, Nora. I was terrified of another murder trial.
Yes, and with good reason. Because now the whole world knew that everything about David Vickers was a total sham. So, logically...
Logically, of course, the evidence that he brought to Landview, which proved that Irene had killed Victor, was a sham, too.
Was it?
No, but I knew that the two of you would jump to that conclusion. And that's why, when David fled the country, I went with him. I ran for my life.
So you were with him the whole time that he was gone, huh?
The poor darling, he really did try to shield me, but even in sunny Spain, life can be hell for a fugitive. I couldn't stop thinking about my daughter, how much she was worried about me.
So that phone call to her, that was just to ease her mind?
Bo, you know how much my daughter means to me.
Mm-hmm. Then why did you lie to her, Dorian? Why did you tell her that you were in Europe with David when he was back here in Landview getting himself arrested. And by the way, who the hell is Jay Randolph?
Mrs. Buchanan, you have been missed.
Oh, Quincy, thank you. It's Mrs. Carpenter.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't...
Actually, it's neither name. But you can't see that, can you? No, no one can. This is all working out really rather well.
Almost done.
Oh, do take your time. It's a pleasure to be back.
Victoria loved this place because it brought her close to her father. Poor child. He abused her, and she still forced herself to admire him. Victoria, your suffering is over. I am going to keep your father's crime buried in silence where it belongs. Dorian will keep her end of the bargain, and I will keep mine.
I hate to have to say this, but I think you improved it.
A little louder so your mother can hear you.
I'm here.
I'm gonna give this to Quincy.
He's got the makings of a heck of a reporter. Just like his mom. And if he has your news for news...
Are you still thinking about David and Dorian's wedding?
Well, Vicky, if they married for love, I'm the son of a seacook. You know, as husband and wife, they can't be compelled to testify against each other, can they?
I hadn't thought of that. My goodness, well, you have to hand it to Dorian. She's still very clever, isn't she? It looks like she's going to slip through the net again.
Well, maybe, maybe not. There's still that diary. If they let some real experts, some top-notch experts go over it, I mean, really go over it, they're probably going to find something. And don't forget, you're going to testify against her yourself.
Well, yes, but I mean, that's just going to be my word against hers,
Yeah,
isn't
but
it?
the jury will believe you, so I wouldn't worry too much. We've still got a real good chance of finally getting some justice done in this case.
Hey, Dad. Quincy says legal may give us some problems. Can you put out the fire?
What can I tell you? I'm indispensable.
You think you know everything, don't you, Clint? You're only half right. Victoria may want justice, but Jean Randolph has her own agenda.
How would you like to team up again?
The scam of a lifetime.
Luke Spencer comes up with some crazy scheme, and you can't wait to get involved.
What's a girl to wear?
When it comes to revenge, she's highly motivated.
What's a guy to think?
Who was that smarmy, sinister-looking individual pouring your champagne?
She's about to risk it all.
There aren't too many men that I can't handle.
Somehow I know that's right.
In a game of love and war.
Well done.
General Hospital, only on ABC Daytime.
Way to go, Ricky. I tell you what, I should have the med school hold a place for you because you have a gift for anatomy.
Well, I'm better at the 2 spot.
The what?
Basketball.
Ah, okay.
What's the name of your team, Rick?
I don't have one. I used to, but...
But what?
Well, there's this thing called cutbacks. Some guy comes in after school and puts a lock on the door to the gym. We had a whole bunch of teams ready to play, but now there's no space to do it. Well, thanks anyway. See you down at the mall sometime, maybe.
Yeah, bye, Ricky.
Give our best to your mom, all right?
Bye.
That's not fair. A good kid like Ricky with no place to go after school except the mall?
Yeah, I know. Even good kids can get in trouble.
I mean, there's got to be something we can do. Wait a minute. I think I just thought of something.
Come on, tell me the truth.
It's you. It's Crisp. It's totally you.
Crisp? You mean like dorky?
No, I didn't say that. Just a lot of girls would kill for a wardrobe like this.
Yeah, but I don't want to be a lot of girls. I mean, don't laugh, but I'd really rather look like...
What?
Like you. I mean, you're sophisticated, uninhibited, free. I mean, but let's face it. You can pull it off. On me, it looks so lame.
Oh, contraire. Jess, from the moment I met you, I knew that there were two sides. I mean, on the surface, we have Miss Suburbia, but on the inside, you have the soul of an artiste, pleine de panache.
Panache? Nobody's ever told me I had that before.
Jess, it's because no one bothered to look underneath. You need a little encouragement. But first, we will start with the hair. Okay. We won't start with the hair, but this makeup and these nails, those get the treatment, okay?
Yeah, but will I still look like me? I mean, when you're done?
Jess, when I am through with you, madame, you will look like the real you. I promise. Trust me.
What's the matter, Dorian? The name J. Randolph ring a bell? Like a telephone bell?
My goodness, you two have really done your homework, haven't you? All right. I'm Jay Randolph. It's the name I was using while I was away.
Hiding out.
Whatever. I used a cellular phone. That's how you tracked me down. Oh, well. I had to call Cassie. I wanted to reassure her that I was all right.
Give me a break. You did it to make us think you were still in Spain.
I was desperate. David had been arrested. I was terribly worried.
For yourself, you mean?
Nah. Come on now, Hank. Let's not underestimate the power of love. Of course, it's a very strange kind of love, isn't it, Dorian? One that survives David's marriage to Tina. You're keeping house with Joey. And plus, it even survived you two ratting on each other. I mean, first you said this whole scheme, it was all his idea. Then he turned around and said the whole thing was yours.
Maybe we should bring David in. Get his take on this fine romance.
All right, if you think that's necessary. You'll find him at my house. Or should I say, our house.
Excuse me?
Excuse me? David and I got married.
You two got married?
When did this happen?
Recently.
How recently?
Actually, today.
You know, Dorian, just when I think you sunk as low as you could go.
It was an impromptu, spur-of-the-moment kind of thing.
Impromptu, my Aunt Clara. Look, I know what you're doing, Dorian, and you're not going to get away with it.
Okay, Hank. I think maybe you need a moment to chill out, and I would greatly appreciate a moment alone with my client.
Fine.
Come on, Hank. I'll throw some cold water in your face, then you can throw some in mine.
I have only one thing to say to you, Mrs. Vickers. Yes? Get yourself another attorney. I quit.
One Life to Live will continue in a moment here on ABC.
Nora, I can't believe you'd abandon me.
Well, that makes us even, Dorian, because I can't believe I got suckered in again. You married David Vickers today, and you didn't think that was worth mentioning to me? You're a lawyer?
All right, I don't know why you're so upset. It's not as if I was lying to you. It was more a case of omission rather than commission. And besides, I just didn't think it was important.
You didn't think it was important? I don't know whether to laugh or cry or to lose my lunch here. I just don't even believe. What, you think this little stunt that you've just pulled is going to fool anybody? Hank and Bo can see right through it.
It's not a stunt. It's love.
Oh, God.
It's true. I should have told you before we came down here, but...
Oh, shut up. Save it, please. Stop before you insult what's left of my intelligence. You honestly believe that the district attorney, the commissioner of the police, or even more like me, that we were going to believe that you married David Vickers today, of all days, for love?
Well, he's been asking me to marry him ever since he and Tina got divorced.
And she said it with a straight face. How big a fool do you think I am, Dorian?
Oh, Nora, I have nothing but the utmost respect for you.
No, see, you don't have respect for anybody or anything, including the law. You married David Vickers so that he couldn't testify against you and vice versa. Oh, and the only reason why you didn't happen to mention this little detail when you came begging to me for help is because you knew perfectly well that I would walk right away from you and never look back. Exactly what I'm about to do right now.
Nora, please.
I said, if you ever lied to me...
I'm not lying. I'm innocent. I swear to you.
Or if you ever withheld vital information, why didn't you tell me about this wedding?
All right. All right. I was afraid that you would get the wrong idea and that you would refuse to help me. I'm sorry, Nora. I need your help. Look, what is going to happen to me if you walk out on me? How is it going to look?
Like I have a brain in my head.
It will look very bad. I could lose everything.
Well, you'd still have that husband with all that love.
Think about Cassie, will you? I mean, I will really lose Cassie. I mean, if I can't find some way to clear my name this time.
You should have thought of that before.
All right, call me reckless, call me impulsive. But the bottom line is, I'm married. And as you said, that could kind of help our case, right?
Sorry to interrupt your honeymoon, Dorian, but Officer Haley here will escort you down the hall to the police station.
They can't do that, can they, Nora?
Dorian, look, Hank says he's finished his preliminary questions, but the police department, we have a few more of our own.
Yeah, once we locate Vicky and we get her statement, I imagine I'll have a few more questions. Like, do you want to avoid a trial by entering a plea?
Well, naturally, I'd have to have my lawyer go with me. Nora, are you coming?
I'll see you through this part.
Excuse me, gentlemen. Nora, thank you.
Don't think. After today, you get yourself another attorney. You're going to need it.
I was just telling Kevin I want to get to Joey tonight. I don't want him to hear about Dorian's marriage from somebody else.
No, you're right.
Mrs. Carpenter, the DA's office just called. They got Dorian Lord. They need you down at police headquarters right away.
Don't worry about Joey. I'll break the news to him about Dorian.
Thank you.
Vicky, this is the moment you've been waiting for. The chance to go on the record and send Dorian back to prison.
Clint, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to say.
I don't understand. Dorian confessed about your father's murder. She confessed to your father's murder. This is what you're going to say. This is what you're going to tell the DA, right?
Hey, Clint. This Dorian Lord story fell right into our laps. I can get into the late edition. Who do you want me to send?
Send Frank.
Right on top of things as usual. I'd better be going.
Oh, Vicky, wait.
It's all right. You have work to do. I'll explain everything to you later.
Talk is cheap, Saybrook. Put up or shut up.
Okay, I see. You think I'm kidding. I was a regular gym rat.
Yeah, sure you were.
Ask Andrew. That's how we met. I was hanging out at the community center.
Right. That's when you were Marty the bad girl, right?
You still don't think I was all that bad now, do you, huh?
Huh.
Huh? Oh, excuse me. Well, you better believe it. I was angry and mixed up and on a one-way collision course with trouble. See, that's why I hate the fact that Ricky has nowhere to go. He doesn't have a place where he can get the kind of help that the center and Andrew gave me.
So let's do it.
Do what?
Get Andrew to start a basketball league at the community center. Shoot, I'll even coach a team.
You?
Oh, what? You think that's funny?
Come on now. Basketball basketball is a city game, and you are a country boy.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You tell that to Larry Bird. Huh?
Oh, gee, come on. Try a real shot.
All right, here, I'll try one. You do
Okay.
it like this
Yeah,
from right
go
here?
ahead.
Ah!
Wait, you're cheating again.
Well, you know what they say. Basketball is a contact sport. Hey, are you all right?
Shut up and play ball. It must be fate telling us that we aren't ready.
I don't believe in fate. Just bad timing.
Coming! I look presentable?
Yeah, except you're wearing my shirt.
Hi, Marty. Hi. Sorry I'm so late. Can I steal my lesson?
Sure, come on in.
Merci beaucoup. I cannot wait to play my Beethoven sonata. Beethoven touches me where I live.
Check out the nails.
Oh, yeah, do you like it? It's called Licorice. Everybody's wearing it in Paris this year.
Are they?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, how did you learn so much about Paris?
From my new best friend. She knows everything about everything.
Don't worry, Jessica. We will give them a decent burial.
Hello? I beg your pardon. I'm trying to reach Reverend or Mrs. Carpenter. This is Annabelle Ogden.
Madam Ogden.
Ogden, like the town in Utah?
Utah?
I'm the assistant principal at Landview High School. Is Mrs. Carpenter there, please?
Oh, Madame Carpenter. Un moment, s'il vous plaît. Hello, this is Cassie Carpenter. Can I help you?
Well, if you're lucky, Dorian, one of these lovely ladies will be rooming with you tonight.
It's not going to happen.
You really think this marriage trick of yours is going to keep you out of jail?
It isn't a trick, Nora. When are you going to believe me?
When are you going to be honest?
I am being as honest with you as I possibly can be.
See, that's what scares me, Dorian. Your limited grasp of the truth is about to run up Vicky's lifelong commitment to it.
Oh, yes. Everything that Vicky does is all good. Everything that I do is all bad. Well, I could tell you a thing or two.
Yes?
But never mind. I'm certainly not going to go up against Vicky's sterling reputation.
Well, now, there we agree. Because once Hank has Vicky's sworn testimony that she heard you confess to Victor Lord's murder, he's going to have all the ammunition he needs to reopen the case and re-examine the evidence that set you free in the first place. Here, you better have this. Maybe the last decent cup of coffee you get for a while. Think one of these hookers here needs a lawyer? I need a higher breed of client.
Amen to that. Honey, how did you let Dorian con you into representing her again?
Well, you know, it was really a toss-up because I got a call from the CEO of a major corporation who was offering me $1 million retainer, and then there was Dorian who was offering me a life of hell. So I jumped at the chance.
You and lost causes, you can't resist them, can you?
The scary thing about Dorian is just when you think she's lost, she rises up again.
Yeah, well, not this time, because Vicky's gonna see to that.
I have every intention of upholding my end of the bargain. Victoria will not press charges against you or David Vickers, despite the fact that you attempted to defraud the estate.
And what about Hank Gannon? That is the most important
I told you
part.
not to worry, Dorian. Hank Gannon will not reopen Victor Lord's murder case, and no charges will be pressed against you. And, as far as the diary goes, the forged diary, I will see to it that it conveniently disappears.
All right, Jean. I get my part of the bargain. Now it's time for you to keep yours.
Oh. Hey, Vicky, thanks for coming down. This is not going to take very long, okay?
Nora, what are you doing here? I keep asking myself that very same question.
We're going to do this in Hank's office. All right, all you have to do is give an official statement explaining all the details of what happened the night that Dorian disappeared. Right this way.
Well, Miss Ogden, didn't you receive my note?
Your note, Mrs. Carpenter?
I would have delivered it myself, but I didn't want to risk spreading the contagion.
Contagion?
R. Kelly is so sick. That is why we've kept her out of school.
Is it serious, Mrs. Carpenter?
These rare, exotic rainforest fevers usually are.
Rainforest? I thought Kelly had been living in Paris.
Well, the doctors think that she contracted it on the flight on the way to America. There were several biologists on the plane with rare specimens from Africa, and the least little leak...
My goodness, is it really serious?
We don't know if she'll be strong enough to be up and about. It's really too soon to tell. She's in quarantine.
Great job, Kev. I don't know about you, boss, but I think this is front page stuff.
Oh, really? Well, I guess that's why I'm the boss and you're working for me. I was thinking page 32.
Hey, wait a minute.
Joe. First page, second section, with the byline.
Got it.
Well, congratulations. You're batting 1,000, son. Well, I know you're a pro, but a little excitement is allowed.
I was just thinking about Joey, you know. I'm supposed to meet Andy over at Rhodey's, but I'm thinking
Go ahead and meet her. Go ahead and meet her. I'll break the news to your brother.
Oh, Dad, I'm telling you, when Joey finds out that Dorian is back...
I know.
She's married to
I know.
David.
It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. But maybe it'll be better if he hears the news from me. I mean, you are his big brother, and he might think that you're trying to rub it in, maybe say, I told you so.
Oh, I would never do that. Well, maybe you're right. I just wonder what's going to upset him more. Dorian's marriage or the fact that she's going back to prison.
Well, now, you make it sound like a done deal.
Oh, I think it is. Once Mom gives her statement to the police. What's the matter?
Well, I'm not sure. When your mother got that call from Hank's office, that should have been the moment she's been waiting for, the chance to put Dorian away for good. But instead, she seemed almost reluctant to go down there.
Oh, she was just nervous, that's all. Don't worry about Mom. When the time comes, she won't hesitate to put Dorian back behind bars.
Mark? Sure.
Nora, will you please sit down? You're making me nervous.
You're the one who should be nervous. Dorian, Vicky isn't just Victor Lord's daughter. She's a woman who was conned and betrayed by David, your partner.
My husband? Sit.
I'm glad you're taking this so calmly. I hope you break a sweat when Bo comes out here waving Vicky's statement under your nose. You know what that means? It means they're going to open a whole new trial for murder against you. And if that diary doesn't withstand a second series of tests, there's going to be no hope for you, Dorian. Now, don't you think that's something to get a little nervous about?
Nora, I'm just going to have to pray that Vicky overcomes this rage for vengeance.
Good luck. No, I take that back. You don't need luck. You need divine intervention.
Yes. Yes, I suppose I do.
All right, Vicky. Tell us everything that happened between you and Dorian the night she ran away from Landview.
And let's start with the most important moment. The moment that Dorian told you that she killed your father. Vicky, whenever you're ready.
In your own words, Vicky, tell us all about Dorian's confession.
I'm afraid that just won't be possible.
When tragedy strikes,
You saying that she's gonna die?
will the course of two lives
Start packing your things.
You can't expect me to leave Steffi.
be forever changed?
I can't leave you.
If you love me, you'll go.
All the drama in half the time, loving on ABC.